Rather old-fashioned look about the Irish lineup, really, when you look at some of those veterans in it. The names of Brady, Stapleton and Galvin leap out of the 11. Not an 11 that might have been expected, but Bonner and Morris and Staunton regulars, and McCarthy too. Kevin Moran might have been expected to be in the number 5 shirt had he not been required in Spain. Brady in the midfield, Tony Cascarino only among the subs. Tony Galvin back to play wide, presumably on the left, with Aldridge and Stapleton the strike force. Paul McGrath, the central defender or midfield player, will be operating in midfield here. His knee has clearly come through the fitness test that Jack Charlton put him through this morning, and he's in the starting lineup. Now, of course, playing with Aston Villa. And that's the former Patsman's record in the green shirt, 32 appearances. The Germans massing for a team photograph before things can get underway. Familiar shirts introduced for the European Championship Series, which of course they hosted. This is the German lineup. Some rather unfamiliar names there. Ilkner now the goalkeeper, making his 10th appearance. Augenthaler back for the first time in 3 years at the heart of the defence to win his 15th cap. One of 6 Bayern Munich players in the lineup. Bayern, of course, the German champions. Look out for Lidbarski, who wears the captain's armband because he's the most experienced player, his 61st appearance today. And the sole attacker is Roland Wohlfahrt of Bayern Munich, who's winning just his 2nd cap in this match. Pierre Lidbarski, the German skipper, of course had a spell in France, now back playing his league football with Cologne, and one of 3 from that team in this lineup as the Belgian referee gets things underway, and the green shirts of Ireland play left to right in the first half. Ronnie Whelan, one for Stapleton to chase. The ball just beating him. There's no wind to speak of in the stadium, and the pitch underfoot is absolutely perfect. The Germans, used to playing on billiard table surfaces in the Bundesliga, making the point yesterday that they were wholly satisfied with the Lansdowne road surface, and why shouldn't they be? It's been well tended through the summer months and is well grassed. That was Tone. In went McGrath. Tone again. This is McCarthy looking for his first touch, just nudged off it by Wohlfahrt. Morris, and offside against Aldridge. John Aldridge, through a quarter of a century of international appearances, with only the 1 goal against Tunisia to show for it, despite the fact that he's been a lethal marksman for Liverpool for some years. Stone. Hansi Flügler. Buchwald, Stuttgart. Flügler. And McGrath adjudged to have penalised Tone. And that's played for Dorfner. Spread wide for Reuter, whose control let him down. Galvin in. Dorfner once more. Now this is Augenthaler. Whelan with an unfamiliar number 10 on his back. Finding Morris. Straight to Tone. The lovely skill of the Germans, technically absolutely superb. Lidbarski and Reuter. Müller. And now Dorfner. Augenthaler joining the attack. The Germans attempt to apply the pressure. Tone and Staunton there to tidy it up. Olaf Tone of Bayern Munich, such an influential player in the German midfield. Though there was a school of thought that felt he might be included for this match, because Franz Beckenbauer doesn't go so much for the kind of style he represents, the little bustler. Buchwald pushed back, forced to give away the throw, which Ronnie Whelan will take. Morris, and Whelan was offside. Ronnie Whelan operating on the right side of the Irish midfield to begin with McGrath locked in front of the back 4, Brady towards the left, and out on the far side Tony Galvin. That's Ronnie Whelan's achievements in an Irish jersey, 35th appearance today. Tone, well in by Liam Brady. Aldridge, he's all alone. Good challenge by Augenthaler. Played off by Muller. And Reuter. Augenthaler. Looking for Volvat, his clubmate. Morris shepherding the ball out of play. Throw to the Irish. And back again with Bonner, who hasn't been beaten at Lansdowne Road, hasn't had to pick the ball from his net since 1986, Jack Charlton's second match at charge, when Uruguay put one past him. Stapleton's beaten the offside trap this time. Galvin's in the middle. Stapleton measuring the cross. Aldridge at the back post. The ball just curling away from him. Now it's Staunton. That's looking for Whelan. Oh, Ronnie Whelan got away from his marker there. A sweeping Irish attack. Precise, inventive and swift. And Ronnie Whelan was in the end of it. Chris Morris playing the initial long ball which Stapleton chased, beating the offside trap to perfection. When he delivered the ball across the face of the goal, it missed out Galvin and Aldridge. But Aldridge able to help it on its way back. Staunton to loop in the cross. And watch for Whelan coming in here with a firm header, with nobody really close to him, but too high. The Germans pleased to have recovered that without having conceded the goal. That's straight to Stapleton, and Stapleton's delivered it towards the goal. And Ogner forced to pull it back. No goal, no corner kick. It didn't go out of play. Stapleton in to intercept it, and it went towards the goal, and Ilkner grateful that he's well over 6 feet. It was Stefan Reuter who played the ball forward. Stapleton in to intercept it, drilled it towards the goal, and Ilkner having to backpedal like crazy, and I think that could well have crept inside the post had he not pulled it away. Frank Stapleton, that would have been a sensational way to equal Don Gibbons' record. Just one cap away from Liam Brady, who's on his 71st today, setting a new Irish record. It's Stapleton up again, and he's fouled by Flugler. And that is a free kick that will give the Irish an opportunity to bring into play something that they've been practicing on the training ground. Now that German wall will of course have to move back. It's young Ilkner, just 22 years of age, the Cologne goalkeeper. The wall will have to go back to where the referee is. Whelan is standing near the ball. Brady is ready to come onto it. Rolled for Brady and played on for Staunton, and Staunton just never ducked the shot. And Steve Staunton has never managed to hit the net for Ireland yet, but it was a brave attempt. Didn't quite come off. Buchwald. Flugler. It's Tone running, Morris with him. Tone couldn't keep it in play. Dave O'Leary, a rare touch. Staunton. Stapleton with a knockdown. That's Dorfner, and back to Ilkner. Dorfner, one of the latest in the long line of distinguished German midfielders, following Wolfgang Overath, Günther Netzer, specialist in the long ball. This now is Reuter, and with him is Staunton. Galvin in to prevent the pass, reaching Thomas Hester. I'm sure Tony Galvin, moving off to Swindon Town, must have felt his days as an internationalist might well be over. back in the starting lineup today with the depleted Irish squad. It's Augenthaler. Dorfner. Hessler. Litbarski. Cut out by Stapleton. He's got Aldridge up ahead if he can deliver the ball for him. And he did. Nobody there yet. Aldridge has to hold it up. McGrath's trying to come through, and he did come through. And McGrath tumbling over, and the referee saying that he had played the ball and fallen over due to his own momentum. Back with Augenthaler. Flugler. Dorfner. It's Hessler. Control letting him down. And Staunton to Galvin. He held it up well, but Hessler won it back. Staunton did likewise. Now it's Stapleton. Brisk opening to a match with the competitive element lacking in the sense that there are no championship points at stake. And a free kick won for the foul on Frank Stapleton. That's Brady. And beaten in the air by Buchwald. In goes Galvin. Stapleton. And tidied up by Hessler. And it's there! Stapleton's in for the goal! And he's equalled the record! And just 10 minutes on the clock. And Frank Stapleton capitalising on the error, just as he did moments earlier when he nearly forced it home. This from the free kick that he won. Liam Brady delivering it into the box. Buchwald with the header away, played loosely into the area, and Stapleton in on the loose back pass to tuck it away. And from the normal angle, it was Aldridge there, beaten by Buchwald. Galvin bravely in, and watch Stapleton, who lost the control there. Hessler's back pass, Stapleton in, and Ilgner had no chance, and Stapleton could not have been offside when the ball was played back by the German defender. So no question about the legality of the goal. And 10 minutes on the clock. It's 1-0. Frank Stapleton, in his 70th international, goes into the Irish Hall of Fame alongside Don Gibbons. We thought he'd equalled the goal-scoring record against Spain, but he owned up, said it was Michel who'd scored the own goal and he couldn't possibly claim it. Well, there's no question about him claiming that one. Frank Stapleton, well done. 19th goal for his country in his 70th international appearance. And meanwhile, Germany have a corner, which Hessler will take, and in goes the big man Flugler. But he went in with feet high, and it's a free kick to Ireland. Whatever about the veterans taking centre stage today, certainly the veterans have shown that maybe they still have something to offer. Galvin was involved in that too, don't forget. And there's the song. Well, if they can stick one past the Germans after just 10 minutes, they're right to believe that they're on their way to Italy. Well, there they are, in good voice. Splendid sight. Lansdowne Road. Very definitely a place where foreigners tread with faint hearts. That's Hessler trying to get round O'Leary, and he did! And that was Reuter coming from the back. Danger there. The Irish. Hessler, who'd contributed to the goal at the other end, caused the problem. McCarthy was beaten but the ball was curling away. It's Thomas Hessler, villain already for the Germans. Almost the hero. That was won by Flugler, and it's away by Buchwald. And McCarthy misdirecting the header. Throw to the West Germans. Augenthaler. Aldridge coming to put the pressure on. Now it's Reuter. And again. Precious few options for the Germans just now. Well, the crowd may whistle, but the fact is that the Irish have played them very well and given them no opportunity to find an avenue forward. Reuter. Littbarski. Back again to Augenthaler. Flugler. And now it's Müller. And went McCarthy bravely. And McGrath. And Morris to thump it away. Stefan Reuter once more. It's of course very much the German style. Keep the possession and wait for the chance to strike swiftly at the opposition. Maybe like this. Whelan missing the tackle there, and it's now with Pierre Littbarski. There's no German coming through that channel. Littbarski, the orchestrator there, and trying to find Hessler, but Hessler began his run too late for him. And captaining the German side because he's the most experienced of the internationals on it. That's the way they do it in the Federal Republic's football team. Staunton. Looking for Stapleton. Was won by Buchwald. Hessler. It's Aldridge. Brady. I'm just mentioning Liam Brady, worth recalling that the goal resulted from his free kick from the foul on Stapleton. So all three of the old stagers had been involved. Brady's free kick, Galvin involved in the build-up, and Stapleton knocking it home. O'Leary. It's Augenthaler, but won back by Brady. And there's no one in a green shirt there. Flugler. And McCarthy dealing unceremoniously with Pierre Littbarski, following through on the challenge. And Littbarski left in a crumpled heap. Watch for it. McCarthy just followed right on through there and knocked Littbarski out of the action. Whelan beaten there by Guido Buchwald. And now it's Tone. Blocked by McCarthy. Littbarski. Müller. That was Tone. And this is Augenthaler. Blocked by McGrath. Brady. Augenthaler again. This time it's now for Hessler. They've pressed forward rather as they did at the very start of the match, the Germans. But plenty of Irishmen back. Hessler. Trying to find Bolfart. Down he goes. And Morris to clear it. Well, the referee felt he was looking for a penalty there and was not going to be interested, however hard he fell. Augenthaler. Müller. Cut out by Whelan. Now Flugler. Miller. Buchwald. Reuter. Augenthaler. And well, I'm not too sure what happened there, but I think they misjudged the flight of that between them, McCarthy and Bonner. But since only Wolfart was up, and it wasn't coming his way either, it was safe enough. Ball played in from way out on the right. Augenthaler had a look, see who was there. Just the big man in the box. Bonner seemed to misjudge the flight of it, or perhaps he felt McCarthy had him covered anyway. Wolfart. Reuter and Augenthaler. I'm not making the point about these Germans that with the Italian-based players missing, there's a chance for fringe players in the squad to make an impact here. They're certainly not approaching their task with that kind of aggression to suggest that they do want to claim regular places in the white shirt. A man who told us yesterday he felt that West German football was in a healthy state at the moment. I shouldn't think he's too impressed with what his charges have done in the opening 19 minutes. Stapleton got the nudge on. In goes Whelan. But Galvin had been sucked into the thick of the action, and Germany have it back. Reuter. Hessler. Safety with Bonner. Strange team by his lights that he put into the fray, but 1-0 up at this stage must be satisfying. Another free kick given away by Guido Buchwald. And Ronnie Whelan, with Brady in attendance, work another little move. Well, they'd hardly try a shot from there, though the Germans have put up a wall. I thought better of that. Only the two of them in it now. Brady. That was meant to go to McCarthy, but didn't have the length. Foul by Brady on Olaf Thon. But it's given the Irish the chance to regroup. No possibility of a swift German breakout. Reuter. We'll find the man in space, Flugler. Not a good ball by the Bayern full back, and Morris trying to find Aldridge. Buchwald tidied it for him. Thon is after this. Bonner thought twice about coming. And Thon denied by Bonner, and O'Leary was really the man who solved that problem. Bonner had left his line. Thon was aware of that and decided that the goalkeeper wouldn't be composed in time, so it would be worth the shot. Brilliant shot. Bonner did well to block it, and O'Leary really rescued him. Corner's been taken. Germans feeling perhaps there is a way past the impeccable man in the yellow jersey. And again they'll go back. The determination to play their own game, but it is a bit predictable thus far. It's Andreas Müller. It's Brady into the challenge. Now Hessler. Back again with Buchwald. Augenthaler. Augenthaler calling to the men forward of him and suggesting that they ought to be offering him more movement, and that's the reason that the ball is being played around among the back four. And really, they are remarkably static, the German midfield. That's the way it stands midway through the first half. Quarter of the match gone. Frank Stapleton's goal in the 10th minute, equaling the Irish scoring record of Don Gibbons, 19 in the green shirt, and the difference between these sides. Well, a slow hand clap for the Germans, but it could be applause really for the Irish, who are offering them few enough options to progress. Flugler, Morris with him, and Augenthaler opting not to go back. Stapleton battling with him. In goes Morris. It's now found its way to Muller, but that's a free kick. The challenge by Chris Morris on Hansi Flugler. The free kick quickly taken. Hessler. That's McGrath. Lovely play. Brady and O'Leary. And they used the triangle to good effect. He's certainly enjoying the joust in midfield. And obviously recovered from the injury that it was said might keep him out of the side. Broken to Galvin. And that's a corner. First corner to the Irish in the match. And Tony Galvin takes it quickly. Staunton, Galvin again. Plenty of green shirts in the middle. Galvin's cross hanging there. Ilgner's fists. But they reckon Ilgner was being pushed as he went to punch that ball away. It's a free kick to West Germany. Tony Galvin won the corner, and it was he who took it and then sent in the cross. Teamed up again with Ozzy Ardiles at Swindon Town. Another of the old guard. Guido Buchwald. Andy Muller. And Hansi Flugler. But the Germans are all being well marked up. They aren't showing any particular depth of thought about how they can find themselves some space, though even as I say that, Litbarski pulled away from Brady, but Brady was swift enough to get back in and offer him few enough options to progress. O'Leary, Stapleton, and now Brady. Galvin. Challenge was Hessler's, and a good one it was. It's Dorfner, who's been pretty anonymous so far, and that's cut out by O'Leary. And Morris, and again Chris Morris's distribution letting him down. Dave O'Leary really showing that he is worth a place in an international lineup, even if he's, well, it's suggested only here because Kevin Moran is absent. That's Brady. Wouldn't find its way to Galvin, and now it's Reuter. It's Olaf Thon. Dorfner on the ball. Really, he's been conspicuous by his absence so far, Hans Dorfner. Lay off by Litbarski and tidied up by Galvin. Well, this fellow was written up to some considerable extent, Bayern Munich midfield player Hans Dorfner. He's in the mould of Overath and Netzer, and they rate him extremely highly, the Germans, but he's done precious little here today. I'd say the half-time talk in the German dressing room will be about concentration. It's a bad goal they gave away. Lack of concentration with a back pass, giving Frank Stapleton the opportunity to break the deadlock, and that's the way it still remains. That was a good pass. It's Hessler now. Bonner comes, Bonner catches. He really is the rock on which the Irish defence is founded. Dorfner unable to get in with a challenge. And whatever about the Germans being disappointing, you have to say that this Irish team looks pretty good, and it's only a scratch 11 really. Ronnie Whelan prominent in that move, one of the regular starting lineup, but only 5 of the team that started the last competitive match against Hungary are in the starting lineup today. Galvin. Reuter. Augenthaler. Dorfner. Müller. And McCarthy will see that to run all the way out. Andreas Müller plays with the Cup winners Dortmund at a splendid victory in June to claim that trophy, but he's the only representative of their team in the German lineup today. That was Augenthaler, on by Müller. And once again, Staunton closing off the options. Now it's Dorfner. Never really the opportunity to play the telling pass forward. And that speaks volumes for the commitment of the Irish team to the task of closing down the Germans. And the one free man was Buchwald. Well, they're intent on trying to work it through the midfield, and that is playing into Irish hands, really. Half an hour of the contest gone, and it's still 1-0 to Ireland. Augenthaler would rather they moved a bit further forward. Reuter, Litbarski, that's Stapleton on him. Now Hessler. And how often has he been forced into that precise angle of pass? Buchwald trying to get the full-back going. Staunton in charge. Steve Staunton giving away the throw-in, but snuffing out the danger of the attack. Hessler. Well, he completely missed his kick there. Flugler recovering. Dorfner. Well, it really is a pretty poor performance by the German big shot in midfield. Staunton. It's Brady. Only gave away the free kick. The foul on Andreas Müller. And Frans van den Wijngelt, the Belgian referee, will just request that he desists. Liam Brady dispossessed. And then giving away the free kick. But setting a new Irish record today, 71 appearances. Nobody's ever done that before. Stapleton's on 70. Well played forward for Hessler. Oh, rather easily round Brady there. Dorfner's coming onto this. Dorfner's shot! Oh, what a goal! Well, he may have done precious little up until that point, but what a splendid strike and a splendid goal by Hans Dorfner. And Packy Bonner's clean sheet record blown to the wind. Nobody picked him running from the deep, but Hessler knew he was there. He arrived at pace, the shot had power, and though Bonner got the fingers to it, that has made it 1-1. Brady slackened the challenge on Hessler, and Dorfner had acres of room to run onto that, and what a brilliant first-time shot. That coming after 32 minutes, and it means it's 1-1. Staunton. Away by Augenthaler. It's a goal the Germans scarcely deserve, it must be said. But there's the scorer, and that's the score. It's significant that he who gave the pass to Frank Stapleton at one end should have supplied the pass to Dorfner at the other. What he made of that? Well, certainly Hessler shouldn't have been given the room out on the wing, nor indeed should Dorfner have been given the acres of space to move on to that and plant it wide of Bonner. Well, we'll see if that lifts his game any. This is Hessler again. That's overhit. But Hessler's pass certainly put it on a plate for him. And he certainly proved that he had the power, the vision, and the shot to trouble an outstanding goalkeeper. But the rest of his play, Hans Dorfner's, has been mediocre, to say the least. Substitution about to be made in the Irish team. And the man being withdrawn is Liam Brady. And I would have an idea that this could be the last time that we see Liam Brady in the green shirt of Ireland. Andy Townsend being sent on to replace Liam Brady. And one wonders if Jack Charlton's view was similar to the one expressed a moment ago, that Brady's challenge had given Hessler too much room. So he comes off after just 34 minutes, and Andy Townsend of Norwich City goes into the fray. Townsend, who made his debut against France, is in to make his 5th international appearance. And certainly it smacked of a decision based on an error, that Brady's game had not been from the top drawer, and he made perhaps one error too many, and that led to his replacement. And Andy Townsend has slotted right into the role that Liam Brady was filling, the old left half position. The chance for Townsend, one of the young men of the future, to make his mark here. Ten minutes to half-time. 1-1. McCarthy. Buff out. Well, a loose one from Augenthaler, making Hessler work. Now that's Staunton under pressure from Muller. Now it's O'Leary. It's Reuter, Dorfner, and Andy Townsend is going in rather too firmly on Litbarski. And the attention comes on. Townsend was the guilty party there. Watch him, number 14. He's going in on Litbarski, and he caught him after the ball had gone. But one wonders what there was in the challenge that necessitated the presence of the two-man German physiotherapy team. Adolf Katzenmeier and their doctor, Professor Dr. Hess, have restored Pierre Litbarski to something approaching full fitness. That's played wide to Flugler. And Beaufort has been well policed by Mick McCarthy, finding Dauphnor. McCarthy determined he wasn't going to shoot. But that's a better looking ball to Hessler. O'Leary there to knock it away. It's the first really good ball that Hans Dauphnor has played. Lovely curling pass to Thomas Hessler. But Ireland have got themselves a free kick. McGrath capitalising on the error. Now Whelan played through to Aldridge. And surely that was a foul, and Aldridge pushing Buchwald out of the way, but Buchwald was holding back Aldridge on the way through there. Whelan showed good vision to send Aldridge away. Now it's Tone, and Morris fouling him. This is Reuter. Stefan Reuter. Litbarski. Putting pressure on themselves again, the Germans. I have a notion we might see a rather different approach after Franz Beckenbauer has had his few words at half-time. Augenthaler. And Ilgner opting for his different approach. Dauphnor picking out Hessler again. And Staunton read the move well. Stapleton. Townsend overrunning it. Dauphnor got it again. Flugler, always available as the extra man at left back. Tone. And that was Litbarski. Guido Buchwald, whose home is Ireland's favourite German ground, the Neckar Stadium in Stuttgart. He plays for VfB. And here he is again. That was good skill by the fullback. Morris stuck to his task well. And Whelan capitalising, looking for Aldridge. In went Buchwald. It's now Müller. Hessler once more, sweeping up the right wing. 3 for him in the middle. Litbarski making a little run. Townsend gone with him. Litbarski's cross, and that was McGrath. Oh, Pierre Litbarski still has all the skills. Hessler normally in that position, feeding Litbarski, and he round Townsend. Lovely angle on it, and McGrath putting it away. It's led to this. Tone. Hessler, that's O'Leary away. It's about 3 minutes of the first half remaining. 1-1 the score at Lansdowne Road. The Republic of Ireland and the Federal Republic of Germany. Very much the pace of a friendly fixture, though the Irish have played it well. 1 lapse, 1 goal. Says it all. Barsky, Müller. Goffner, Augenthaler. And this time it's Reuter who's made the extra man. Plenty in the middle for him. And Bonner down to make the save. He had the situation well assessed and made a good save. But not altogether happy with the kick, though it has reached Aldridge. Slip Barsky. Well, they won't take chances, the Germans, that's for sure. Augenthaler striking it long towards Müller. For Barsky. And McGrath in his customary position to knock it away, though I'd say he would rather have put it somewhere other than the position he chose. O'Dorfner again in some room. Whelan has come to him. Now it's Buchwald as we move into the final minute of the first half. Triple exchange of passes, and now it finds the other fullback, Stefan Reuter. With Barsky. And Hessler. Augenthaler. Offside against Wolfart. 10 seconds of the half remaining. Advantage was played because the ball was in the possession of Paddy Bonner. And the first half ending with the shrill sound of the Irish chant in the ears of the players in green. Into added time. Frank Stapleton measuring his length. Bundled over by Klaus Augenthaler. Stapleton has had a very industrious first half and of course crowned it by nipping in on that back pass to tuck it past Ilgner and claim the Irish goal in the 10th minute. And when they sort themselves out, Whelan will strike it, looking for McGrath, who made the contact. The ball's gone behind for a goal kick. There may not even be time for that. There's been one long look at the watch, and indeed there wasn't time for it to get back into play. Half-time, 45 minutes and 53 seconds after the first half began. Began brightly for Ireland, and Frank Stapleton capitalising on Hessler's poor back pass to send it to the German net and claim the record with Don Givens of 19 goals for Ireland. And then Hans Dorfner with a superb strike from the pass by Thomas Hessler, equalising after 32 minutes, leaving the score at Lansdowne Road at half-time. Republic of Ireland 1, West Germany 1. Now welcome back to Lansdowne Road. The Germans have made 2 substitutions at half-time. They've withdrawn their first-choice goalkeeper, Bodo Ilgner, and given a first cap to Raimund Aumann, the Bayern Munich goalkeeper. So another Bayern player from the champion club goes on, and at the heart of the defence, they've also sent on a substitute in the person of Alois Reinhardt of Bayer Leverkusen, who's replacing Guido Buchwald of Stuttgart. So 2 straightforward swaps. They are allowed to make 3 outfield substitutions and 1 goalkeeping substitution. That's the agreement between the two managers in this friendly international. So the Germans have made 2 substitutions. The Irish with just the one, that Andy Townsend coming on after 34 minutes to replace Liam Brady. And this is Townsend on the ball. And a first touch for Alois Reinhardt, who's another inexperienced international. This is just his 2nd appearance in the German shirt. Obviously, this is just a tactical manoeuvre. I can't think that the German manager Franz Beckenbauer was in any way unhappy with the way his defence had played. The lapse that came was occasioned by young Hessler, the winger from Cologne. That's Dorfner. Tone going after this. O'Leary had assessed the situation, but his back pass not quite firm enough, and Wolfhard very nearly getting in. The Belgian referee, who's kept a firm hand on the proceedings. There's Reinhardt again. This is Dorfner. And Reinhardt holding off Aldridge, but Aldridge was pulling at him, so it's a free kick to Germany. The bright blue skies of earlier in the day have given way to considerable cloud cover. There could be a drop of rain on the way for Dublin within the next 12 hours or so, but certainly as far as the match is concerned, I think we'll finish this in the dry. That's Müller. Now Reinhardt. Tone. Dorfner. Staunton read that, and now it's Galvin. Against Hessler, and Hessler's put it out of play. Staunton with the throw. Stapleton on towards Galvin. Augenthaler there. Litbarski and Hessler. Reinhardt, as the crowd offers its vocal support. That's the point that was well made at half-time. The Germans very reluctant to give away the ball once they've got it. And so Reuter showing a bit of pace, but no one had gone ahead of him, and Townsend tackled him. Litbarski. Staunton struggling to get back. The ball beat them both. Throw in to Ireland. That's Stefan Reuter. He felt the weight of Andy Townsend's challenge there. Bayern Munich full-back. There are now 7 Bayern Munich players in this German lineup. Laid off by Stapleton to Tony Galvin, and now it's John Aldridge. Stapleton again. Well, that was a poor finishing ball by Stapleton. McCarthy going in. Tone. He's one of the 7. He's fouled by Andy Townsend. And Andy Townsend, who's was obviously sent on with instructions to be rather more robust than had been the man he replaced, Liam Brady, has got the yellow card for his pains for an over-robust challenge on that occasion. And that card coming 3 minutes into the second half. This is the incident. Townsend approaching from the right, a picture. So his name goes into the Belgian book. That was the injured party. Stefan Reuter. Free kick to West Germany. Looking for Müller. He got there. It's McGrath. That's a throw to West Germany. Good running by Tone. McCarthy blocked it, and it's gone for a corner. And the first corner of the second half falling to the Germans after 5 minutes of the half. Mick McCarthy with the captain's armband on. And it's Andreas Müller who'll take the corner. Plenty of white shirts massed in the box for him. And Bonner there with a firm fist away. Hessler. The Germans have the ball back. Bonner indicating that Dorfner is all alone on the right wing if they can spot him. And that's the ball played for him by Augenthaler. But by this stage, Staunton had closed off that avenue of approach. Throw taken by Dorfner. And now Reuter. Augenthaler tussling with Stapleton, and Stapleton just tapping his ankles. Two veterans together. Though Augenthaler hasn't had that many international appearances because of a protracted spell out with injury. Reuter with Staunton. No way past. Now it's Hessler. And Dorfner missed his opportunity. Townsend won it back. Aldridge, loose ball by John Aldridge. It's Whelan. Overhit that. Ronnie Whelan reckons he's played in every position except centre-half and goal for the Irish international team. This not one of his more favoured positions, and evident in the kind of performance he's been having, I would feel, on the right side of midfield. Good dummy sold by Stephen Staunton. But played long to be chased, but no one had the legs to reach it. And now watch the Germans as they hold the possession. Well, not quite. Staunton. Well, they have it back with Reinhardt. Dorfner. A good running here by Muller. Dorfner's continued to run through the middle. It's Muller. He's got Wolf out there too, but O'Leary blocked the shot. Hessler. Widbarski. Muller. Dorfner. Too many green shirts around. And now Staunton. And that was Widbarski who blocked it. We are witnessing considerable contrast in styles, with the hustling, harrying, long ball Irish style against the patience of the Germans. The reluctance to give the possession away once they've got it. And that was intended to keep the possession, and it served its purpose well. The little man, he got up very well indeed. Now the new keeper. Worth pointing out that if there are 7 Bayern Munich players on this German team, one immediately springs to mind who couldn't play for them, the Scot Alan McAnally. But it's a remarkable tribute to Germany's top club that they, even though the team is under strength, the squad is under strength, lacking 5 players based in Italy, that they are in a position to put out 7 in the international lineup. And of course, Jürgen Kohler, the injured player missing from the German squad, is also with Bayern. That was Whelan for Stapleton. Nicely laid back to Morris. And yet again, Chris Morris unable to find the cross to match the occasion. He offers great width up the right, Chris Morris, but he's not really an attacking addition to the force. No. That's Galvin. He's let it go to Aldridge. Aldridge, Stapleton, and he is furious with himself at having missed his kick. That was better by the Irish. Laid off nicely by Aldridge, but Stapleton missed his kick completely. So the goal kick will follow. Widbarski. Unforced error, and Whelan has got it to Stapleton, and here's Morris again. And Morris is round Augenthaler, and that's a better cross. But Aldridge and Galvin had just pulled themselves in too far. Well, Chris Morris found the right one on that occasion. It was the central players who were misplaced. Staunton with the throw. Too close, is it? Augenthaler and Reinhardt were there. Now it's Townsend wheeling up, and that's over the bar. That was better by Ireland. Staunton hung it up there. Reinhardt, it was, his touch went straight to Galvin. Townsend forcing it towards Whelan. The header was too high. And still they're in the German half. O'Leary brilliantly won back. Galvin is onside. Galvin towards Aldridge, who was nudged off the ball. A spectacular catch by Aumann, but Aldridge was unquestionably impeded on his way through there. Great ball hung up by Galvin. Well, I think John Aldridge had cause for complaint there, all right. Bustling through to try and connect with Galvin's long ball through the air. And found his way blocked. The referee wasn't interested in the infringement, or the fact that one might have been committed. So now for the Germans to try and impose their Teutonic order on things again. Augenthaler certainly encouraged the crowd to find its voice. That's Flugler, and that's the crowd. Great length in that one from Bonner, and it's dropping right on the edge of the box. But there was no one coming through to pick up the pieces. Staunton had to make that tackle there because there was just McCarthy left behind him. Good play by the Liverpool full-back, young man from Dundalk. Stapleton not making the contact, but it's made the German defence make the error that Galvin might have capitalised on, but unfortunately it went straight to Aumann. Litbarski. Well, that's gone back to Galvin, and he's found Stapleton. Townsend making the run through the middle. That was well played by Frank Stapleton, awaiting the support. Whelan provides it. That's to Townsend. Aldridge in the middle towards Stapleton. It's come back for Townsend to have another go. Galvin. A rare error by Tony Galvin. Misunderstanding between him and Andy Townsend, and the attack breaks down. Coming up to a quarter of an hour, the second half gone. Still the way it was at the half-time interval. But a bit more fire about the Irish in the second half. Litbarski. Tone. And Wolfart just wrong-footed. Another good long one from Bonner. Stapleton against Augenthaler. Aldridge back to Stapleton towards Townsend. Andy Townsend in there. Trying to get it onto that trusty left foot, but the attentions of Flugler just knocked him out of his stride. Good flowing Irish attack, and McGrath's won the ball back. That's for Galvin. support behind from Stapleton. Staunton moving forward. And back towards Galvin. And Galvin pulled down by Andreas Müller. Free kick Ireland. He felt he'd made a clean contact with the ball. Staunton mishit the pass, and here's the foul coming up. Well, he left the legs there to pull Galvin down, no question. So Müller of Dortmund checking with his keeper whether he wants one or two in the little wall. The crowd offering its passionate support as Galvin pulls away. Whelan curls it, and in came McCarthy, but couldn't put it under the goal. But they didn't pick up Mick McCarthy on his way through. Came late from the back and made the contact, but it didn't end up on the target where it might have troubled Raymond Aumann. Won by O'Leary, on by Galvin. Reinhardt. Staunton. Out off the German. And another throw to Ireland. It's Augenthaler with Stapleton battling away, snapping at his heels. Flugler. Whelan blocked the ball, but that's a throw to Germany. Hessler. Dorfner. Litbarski. Hessler. And Reuter. Flugler. Müller. And lots of room here for Hessler, and two in the middle for him. And his control just let him down at the end, but O'Leary was there to prevent him. Here they come again, Wohlfahrt. Once more it's O'Leary to the rescue. And Galvin. Aldridge, and Stapleton had just moved too far forward. It's given it to Dorfner, and Dorfner on a powerful run. Well, he'd fallen over himself, but the referee decided Mick McCarthy had helped him on his way, and it's given West Germany a free kick in a very good position. Now, did he fall or was he pushed? Well, I had the impression when I saw it first that he went off his own bat, and he did, but McCarthy maybe did help him down. Anyway, Meneer van den Wijngaard decided that McCarthy was guilty of a foul. So it's a free kick to West Germany. That's the 18-yard line. Litbarski is the player shaping to take the kick. Reinhardt come from the back, so too Flugler, but the ball was out of play, goal kick. Strong full-back, Hansi Flugler of Bayern. And adding weight to the attack there, but to no great effect. Well, Tony Cascarino spent the last 5 minutes warming up. Is he to go on, or was it just to keep the muscles loose? Well on by Townsend. Stapleton impeded, it seemed there. The referees decided to pay the advantage, and it's found its way to Staunton. And Stapleton back on his feet, a lovely layoff to Galvin, and now it's Townsend, and Townsend's cross is much too close to the goal line. It was a lovely build-up. For once, it appeared that swift one-touch play was about to unhinge the Germans, but unfortunately not. Stapleton, lovely layoff here. Galvin then to Townsend, but the cross not measured. 20 minutes of the second half gone. Off goes Aldridge, and he's not offside. McGrath's coming onto this. McGrath trying to get around Flugler, and hoofed away by Reinhardt. They're lovely and composed on the ball, but if need be, they're quite prepared to hoof it away. Certainly not like Franz Beckenbauer used to play it, is it? Well, if the ball ever comes back, we'll have a throw-in. And at last. Now, a McCarthy special. This sort of thing led to the goal against the Soviet Union. But not against the Germans. And Wolfart all alone, with Barsky offering support, and plenty of support coming up the wing, but Morris defended well. Good piece of defending, because the Germans were arriving in numbers. Midway through the second half, that's the way it looks. Both goals coming before half-time. Stapleton for Ireland after 10 minutes. Dorfner for Germany after 32. In goes McGrath. Goal kick. Paul McGrath pushing more forward in the second half. Augenthaler did well to keep him at bay. Townsend. That's Townsend in hard again. And he got away with it. But I think Reuter was intended to some intimidation there. Good strong challenging in the midfield by Andy Townsend. Home. Cut out by Stapleton. Reinhardt. Staunton in the way. Galvin. Staunton. Aldridge the chaser here, and that was Flugler, and that's a throw to Ireland. Now Galvin. Right off Flugler, that's brought a corner. And that's the first Irish corner of the second half. O'Leary's gone up. McGrath's in there, and Mick McCarthy joining the troops as well. He's about the penalty spot. O'Leary a bit closer to the goal line. And Tony Galvin being asked to raise his stockings over his shin pads. I don't think Frans van den Wijngaard would be too popular referee at Croke Park somehow. Galvin with the corner, too many white shirts in the way. It's Morris. Almost worked. 25 minutes of the second half gone. So 20 minutes of the match remaining. 1-1 the score. Now Whelan missing out to Flugler. And they in turn making their own mistake. Reuter. Augenthaler. Reinhardt and Flugler. Augenthaler. He's looking for Müller. Here's Wohlfahrt, but with 3 Irishmen in attendance and another close at hand, Staunton able to do the necessary. German throw. Reinhardt. Wohlfahrt. Dorfner. And Hessler. Dorfner's continued the run. That's for him. O'Leary's gone with him. And blocked by O'Leary. It's a corner to the Germans. More stout defence from David O'Leary. Well, contrast to the Irish, the Germans content to leave their big stoppers on the halfway line. They've enough big men up there. As Müller strikes the corner, McCarthy got the head there, and now Townsend. Now only Aldridge is up here, and 2 Germans to police him. One of them Reinhardt, but he's given it to Galvin. Support arrives from Andy Townsend. Back again for Galvin. Free kick against Reuter. Challenge was too vigorous. Stefan Reuter of Bayern Munich. Staunton will have the free kick. Up goes McGrath. And he beat them to it, but he couldn't get it down on goal. Staunton's free kick hung invitingly in the air, and McGrath up above them all. That was good by him, but not such good defending, and Flugler is down and injured. And at this point, Tony Cascarino will be invited into the action. The injured player is Hansi Flugler, the left back. And instructions for Tony Cascarino will come from Jack Charlton. Now Flugler looks all right. O'Leary was also in receipt of some attention, but nothing untoward. He's all right again. This is the incident again. McGrath getting up above them. He clattered into Flugler, who went down and stayed down. But he'll be all right to continue. And 2 substitutions to be made by Ireland. Tony Cascarino there and John Byrne. Now, of course, as we were saying, there are 3 outfield substitutions and a goalkeeping substitution permitted in this match. So this completes Ireland's 3 outfield substitutions. As yet, no indication who's to be withdrawn. John Aldridge is one of them, and Frank Stapleton is the other. Well, Aldridge has battled away without getting much change out of it, and is replaced by Cascarino, and Frank Stapleton will come ashore after a really heroic performance. And listen to the crowd. Stapleton, a sterling effort in his 70th international, and he's replaced by John Byrne. So 2 new strikers for the last 15 minutes of the match. John Byrne back in the fray for the first time in 16 months. Cascarino, of course, is a regular in the Irish team, and left out here by Jack Charlton in this experimental lineup. John Byrne. Cascarino's pulled away. Whelan. It's away by Hessler. Straight to Morris. McGrath. Ryan Flugler. A bit of shirt pulling went on there. Advantage played. And Whelan, who's had an unhappy afternoon with a loose one to Staunton. Townsend. Galvin against Reuter. And again, Reuter guilty of the foul. Free kick quickly taken. Staunton. Cascarino wasn't paying full attention there. I think the free kick being quickly taken surprised him. But look at this. Turn of pace from Muller. Wolfhard in the middle. He really left Chris Morris there. Still it's Muller. And Bonner had to get done because Wolfhard was there, waiting for the opportunity to tuck it away. Brilliant run. Great pace from Andy Muller. Really left Morris trailing in his wake. Brilliant play. And it was equally good goalkeeping at the end of it, because once he was round McCarthy, Bonner had to say that because Wolfhard was just left of picture there. An important stop that by Pat Bonner. He may have been beaten this afternoon, but he's preserving a record for Ireland. Tony Cascarino's up there on the edge of the box with John Byrne. Whelan to take it. It's towards Cascarino, and he very nearly got there ahead of Reinhardt, but it's broken to Hessler. Galvin. Not a great ball. Augenthaler. Now there was that. Whelan. Cascarino. It's come to Staunton. John Byrne. And since the two boys have gone on up front, it seems that the pace has picked up considerably as Ireland have striven to find them with a swift ball forward. And that's Tony's record. He really has blossomed since Millwall have made it into the first division. In his second season in the top flight in England, it's done him a power of good. Just under 12 minutes to go. Dorfner. And now Muller. Free kick to Germany. Muller, who's had a better second half. Augenthaler. Very nearly coming unstuck. That's Litbarski. Flugler in behind Morris. But Morris sticking to his task, and the Germans having to be satisfied with a corner. Hansi Flugler recovered from that knock he took a short time ago. Germany with a corner, their third of the second half. Which makes 6 in the match. Litbarski curling it in, but the keeper took it well. But that was something for which Litbarski's famous, the curling shot and a free kick or corner kick. 10 minutes to go in the match. 1-1 the score. Staunton plays it forward. And again, towards Cascarino. Tidied up by Reinhardt. Muller. Tone. And they want to keep the possession. was Reinhardt. Hit too long for Wohlfahrt, who's ploughed a lonely furrow as the sole German striker. But he's got no change out of Mick McCarthy at all. It's Müller. And it's reached Reuter. Dorfner. He certainly had a better second half than he had at first. Augenthaler. Flügler. An offside flag raised there means a free kick to Ireland. And gives the Germans the opportunity to send in another substitute. Uwe Bein, the Frankfurt midfield player, will be replacing Thomas Hessler when the chance comes. Second of Germany's outfield substitutions. McGrath's gone in here. Well, he's left the German in his wake through winning that ball. The referee was happy about it. Or was he? In fact, he wants to have a word with McGrath, I think, for just showing a little too much of the studs, which I must say I felt he had. Is it the yellow card he's going to show? It is indeed. Had a little flash of red, was a little disconcerting for a moment, but he did go in rather hard on Flügler, didn't he? Or was it Dorfner? Well, here it is, yes. Well, the referee saw it as a foul, and he's taken Paul McGrath's name, the second Irish name to go into the book. Dorfner is injured, and the Germans can make their substitution. 7 minutes to go. Thomas Hessler coming off, and Uwe Bein going on. Tension still. Thomas Hessler is displaying some reluctance to come off. Undoubtedly, this is because they want to see, is Dorfner badly hurt enough to merit substitution? This is the incident again. From the offside free kick, knocked away by Augenthaler. Another good defensive header. McGrath showing the studs to Dorfner. Dorfner down and injured. And in fact, it's Dorfner, I think, who wants to come off because of the injury. So they hadn't indicated that it was going to be Thomas Hessler who'd be replaced officially to the referee. So Dorfner, injured in that challenge by McGrath, is coming off at this stage of the game. Nothing to be gained by staying on and trying to run off an injury, and Uwe Bein will replace him instead. With 5 minutes to go, it's as it was at half-time. It's certainly looking like Honor's going to be satisfied on both sides. The Germans doing something that 10 nations before them failed to do, which is prevent Ireland winning at Lansdowne Road. The last to win here were the Welsh in Jack Charlton's first match. The last team to prevent Ireland from winning here were the Belgians in a European qualifying match. We've got to delve into the record books really to find out when that happened. It really is an astonishing record that Jack Charlton and his team have put together at Lansdowne Road. And indeed, if you include Dalymount Park in the equation, you'll note that this, if Ireland do not go down to the Germans, will be their 16th consecutive match in Dublin unbeaten. That Welsh match was back in March 1986, Jack's first in charge. So there, over 3 years, very nearly 4 years unbeaten in Dublin, and here's Whelan in to try and get a victory, and it's hit the bar. Well, Ronnie Whelan showing determination to the end. Morris playing it forward for him. Whelan getting in behind Flugler, and he chipped the keeper, did the sensible thing, but the crossbar prevented him. And it was old Pierre Litbarski to the rescue to put it out for the corner. So maybe we shouldn't be looking at the unbeaten statistic. Maybe we might get the chance to reflect on a winning run continued. Up goes McGrath, but Oman is good enough. Just over 3 minutes to go to the finish. It's Olaf Thon. Augenthaler, Flugler, Wolfart, and that's Townsend winning it back. John Byrne, Morris, and Byrne had continued to run, and he's got behind the defence. Dispossessed by Thon. Just a couple of minutes to go now, plus whatever stoppage time there is to be added on. And Litbarski, for once, impeccable control, letting him down. It's a throw to Ireland. Dave O'Leary. It's Cascarino. It was away by Reuter. McCarthy, rather. So Bonner will send it long in the hope of a final Irish attack that might produce a famous victory. But really, reflecting on the fact that it's a victory that Ireland expects at this time just speaks volumes for the distance this side has travelled under Jack Charlton. Time was when a draw would have been a wonderful achievement against the Germans. Yet we came here expecting that a victory might be fashioned. How times have changed. And with a scratch Irish team, it's 1-1 against what is a scratch German team, but the Germans have considerably more resources, and bear in mind that 7 of their championship winning team, Bayern Munich, have been in action in the second half. That's gone to Galvin, but he's offside. Ironic cheers. We're inside the final minute of this game. Inside the final minute of the game. That was Bonner's clearance. On by Cascarino, but Galvin, as you see, was in behind the last German defender. Augenthaler. And here he is again. Townsend fouling his man. Andy Townsend being told to cool it. He really should, I feel, because he's already been booked and he doesn't need to be sent off in a friendly fixture. Into added time. And a free kick to the Germans. A little bit to be added on, but not altogether much. The Germans want to play out time, and they'll keep the possession. That may have seen the last touch of an Irishman on the ball in this match. Referee has checked with both linesmen. And another chance for Bonner to send it long. almost a minute of stoppage time played. And no better man for the long punt deep into opposition territory. Cascarino beaten. Bolfart. Litbarski. And time for no more. Frans van den Wijngaard blows the whistle, and this friendly international concludes. And though it has stopped Ireland's sequence of victories, 10 consecutive victories at Lansdowne Road in the trot, and Packy Bonner had to give best to the shot from Hans Dorfler that ruined an impeccable 10-match run of shutouts for him. We can also reflect that the 1-1 draw secured by Frank Stapleton's goal after 10 minutes, and from a German point of view by Dorfler's equaliser after 32, means that not since the 26th of March in 1986 have Ireland been beaten in Dublin, a run that takes in 16 matches over 3.5 years. And that speaks volumes for the progress the team has made. Stapleton after 10 minutes, Dorfler after 32. The final score, Republic of Ireland 1, West Germany 1.
Captain Paul drives his way over the try line. Absolutely brilliant out of Munster. Andrew Conway on the way. A little gap there, James Lowe. Terrific finish. And here comes the try, surely. They have hit back Leinster with a try. What a game of rugby this is tonight.
The Guinness Pro 14, live on Air Sport.
3 championship points, Miss Navratilova. That's it. But that was a magnificent final and fully worthy of Wimbledon and the new century of tennis ahead
of us. Share the moments that matter most this Christmas with Air Mobile. With 5G in all 26 counties, 99% 4G coverage, and no limits data, we are connecting Ireland. Town, city, country. We are Air Mobile. Connect more this Christmas. Air. Let's make possible.
The past is gone. The future is here. And it's 10 times faster. Today, technology enables us to do more, see more, be more. All at 10 times the speed of before. This is Air Gigabit Fibre Broadband. This is your own line, straight to your home. This is faster, stronger, more reliable broadband. This is the future, at 10 times the speed of life. This is the end of ordinary. This is here. Air, let's make possible.
I'm Lee Williams. I'm the co-owner of Wicklow Brewery and Mickey Finn's Pub. People used to ask in the past, do you have broadband? Whereas now, they expect you to have it. People will take pictures, say where they are, they'll send it forward. There's nothing that sells our place more than the photograph.
McGinley, beautifully over the bar. That could well be a winner. McGinley's first point. Kerry haven't scored for 12 minutes in this final. McGinley has.
Look, that man in the green shirt, where did he come from? It's the Irish miler, Ron Delaney. He's flying now. He's coming on like an express train. His surprise victory in the record time of 3 minutes, 41.2 seconds is one of the most unexpected sensations of the Games.
You'd think this was Dublin, not Ibaraki. So colossal in numbers and volume is the support for Ireland. The man of the moment as the team has come out is their captain, Steve Staunton, the first Irishman to reach 100 caps, having made his debut 14 years ago. And he's one of only 2 survivors from the last meeting between these two nations. Ireland, then under Jack Charlton, beat Germany 2-0 in Hanover in May '94. And one of the Irish goals came from a young substitute, Gary Kelly, who was also in the starting lineup tonight. But it's the first time Ireland and Germany have ever met in a competitive match.